Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you have not been here before, hi, I am Bella, great to have you here, and if you're not already following my Instagram, you should probably do that. I will put it right on the screen for you, and of course, if you are interested, and only if you are interested, make sure to follow my OnlyFans, which will also be down below in the link tree, and also make sure to press subscribe. If you are not already subscribed, just do that, help me out. I'm really excited to be growing and continuing to make videos like this for you guys. Today's video is going to be trans women using Grindr. What are my thoughts? What are other people's opinions? How did I come up with this idea? Like, I just really want to discuss this. So I was clicking through Instagram the other day, looking at stories like I always do. And there's another trans creator, right? And so we follow each other. We've talked a little bit here and there. And I saw her story. She was talking to the camera and had a couple slides, basically asking if you're a trans woman and if you use Grindr, and if you do, doesn't that make you feel weird? Doesn't that make you feel like you're using a platform designed for gay men? Why would you use Grindr if you can use Tinder or Hinge? I don't fucking know, any other dating app made for just like heterosexual people. I guess designed more so for heterosexual people and not an app targeted towards homosexuality, I guess. So she's kind of putting that out there, and I swiped up and I DM'd her and I was like, girl, I've used it. I know a lot of girls that have used it, and personally, I kind of like using it as a trans woman. So she's like, well, I'm glad it worked for you, whatever, right? So I kind of want to break down my thoughts on why I think that it's appropriate for a trans woman to use it, and why I think that you shouldn't feel weird as a trans woman using that sort of platform for dating, hookups, friends, whatever you're looking for. I don't think you should feel strange as a trans woman to use Grindr. The first reason that I have for thinking that it's easier to use and it's like okay to use is because as a trans woman that is pre-op, a lot of times on platforms like Hinge, like Tinder, you have to either put it in your bio, and personally, I didn't want every person out there in my city, in my town that I go out in, whatever, to know my situation. I just think it can be unsafe, and honestly, I just don't want to be in a situation where people are outing me because they saw my profile. So if you don't put it directly on your description or bio on your profile on Tinder or Hinge, then you have to, in Messenger, once you match and are talking to somebody, you have to disclose that information. And then typically, they're either not interested after you've had minimal conversation, therefore wasting your time. They are rude about it, therefore making you kind of feel like shit depending on what they say and how you perceive it. Then there's a million questions of things that maybe you don't want to answer or are super personal, and you kind of feel obligated to answer because you're trans and maybe that is not something they've ever experienced, so they're really unfamiliar, and then you have to take the time to educate, right? There's all of those things that are happening on a heterosexual-based designed platform. There's that aspect. And honestly, if I'm dating or wanting to hang out with someone or wanting to, you know, go to a movie or go get drinks or whatever, I don't really want to have to answer all of these questions before I can even get to know somebody and meet them. I personally just feel like it's not like an invasion of privacy, but you're almost obligated, right? So if you're on Grindr, a lot of those questions aren't necessarily a thing. People are typically more educated, they're typically more open-minded, they know what they're looking for, and it just makes the process of dating and meeting up with someone or going on a date or talking with someone or hooking up or whatever you're looking for a little bit easier because they've already experienced it, or they know what they're into and they know what they're interested in. Another reason is just because on Grindr you can search by like tribe or genre or like type of person that you're looking for. And so on like Tinder or Bumble or Hinge, as a trans woman, I mark myself as a woman, right? Like I am a woman. And so then it shows me all the heterosexual men, and some men just aren't open or interested in trans women. And that is okay. I just don't want to like waste my time and energy talking to somebody or matching with people or reading profiles and things if they're not open or not interested, truly. Because I just feel like it becomes a waste of time and you're putting so much into all of these profiles and all of these conversations. And then out of the 10 people you match with, I would say maybe 8 of them are asking questions, 2 of them are rude, and then like 5 of them are uninterested. And then The other fucking 2 or 3, it just is like, I'm over it at that point, you know? So I think that that's really good because it just kind of allows people to search for what they're looking for. So if a man is on Grindr and he's looking for a trans woman, he can look at that, he can message you, reach out, knows what he's getting himself into. So it just saves you a lot of time and frustration and energy and all of that stuff. Also, at the end of the day, I think that yes, Grindr was made as a hookup app. Yes, Grindr was designed for homosexual men, but I think over time, the app has developed, and I think that it's a little bit more mainstream for the community as a whole. Yes, it is mainly trans women, and yes, it is mainly homosexual men. I feel like that's amazing, honestly, and I feel like it's so cool that the app started as one thing and has kind of developed into another. People use it for all sorts of things. I've met boyfriends on Grindr, honestly, like to be completely honest. It's worked out really well. I think that the app can really be what you make of it, but that goes with any of them because, you know, a lot of my friends, as have I've met people on Tinder and have dated them and whatever, but also a lot of people use Tinder just for hookups. A lot of people use Grindr just for hookups, but also people can find someone to date on there if you're looking for someone else, or honestly just open-minded. There's a lot of things that you can find on there. I think that any app is genuinely what you make of it, and the basis and the stereotype of it and what it typically is used for doesn't mean that that's the way that you have to use the app and that you have to utilize it. But as a trans woman, I don't think that there's anything wrong with using Grindr. I don't think there's anything wrong for looking for trans women on Grindr. I do think that there's a large mix of everything from cis homosexual men to cis bisexual men to fucking closeted guys to cross-dressers, to drag queens, to trans women. Like, there's just such a spectrum on there, which I find really interesting and sometimes can be annoying when people are labeling themselves as trans and they're not trans. So I think that there sometimes can be a misrepresentation of what a trans woman really is on the app. But besides that, I think overall, it's a really good platform that can be used for so many things. It has saved me a lot of time in the past. I know it's saved a lot of other girls' time in the past. You don't have to answer as many questions. People are more willing and more understanding and more educated on there. So it just saves time overall. And genuinely, I've had good luck on there. I know other girls have. And if you're a trans woman and you don't want to use that and you think that it's not good for you to use that and it's not a platform that's going to provide what you're looking for, that is totally 100% okay. I'm just sharing my opinions and my thoughts on like mainly the big 2 reasons as to why I think it is appropriate and why trans women should be able to use that platform and utilize that platform, and how we shouldn't be judging other women for the platforms that they're using, you know? And that's just my personal opinion. I would love, love, love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. You straight cis men that watch my videos that like trans women, because I know there's a bunch of you, comment down below, have you met girls on Grindr? Has it done good for you? Has it not done good? And you other trans girls, because I know that you're out there, comment down below, have you had luck on Grindr? Do you use Grindr, or do you think it's nasty and gross to use Grindr? No judgment either way. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to hook up with people the way that they want to hook up with people, and everybody is entitled to date how they want to date. But let me know. I just want to know. I'm super curious. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow Instagram. Follow my OF. Subscribe, comment, like, all the good stuff. Okay, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching and always supporting me. Bye, guys.